All right, I'm back as quickly as row holding to Sapphire with the second part of this duology of Cygnet. Gosh, the light. The Cygnet and the Firebird. We finally know what the cover is. Oh, it was amazing. This gave me greater appreciation for the first story, the first novel, but absolute page turner. I mean, I usually don't read that fast. Um, I had to go back and comprehend some stuff, especially with Patricia McKillop. There's some things that are the imagery can be a little dense sometimes and hard to make out. But the second part of this was just classic fantasy. A journey starts with a mystery, and as it slowly unfolds, our main characters make a journey. I mean, there's dragons, there's other kingdoms, there's more mage kingdom, there's more mages, there's a little bit of history um of these two kingdoms, and there's more character depth, and I found all the characters wildly interesting, way better than Corlius from the first one. The Swamp Thing, I don't know, just or the dumb, just plebeian, it wasn't for me. But this time, I found the story extremely engaging. Just it's been a while since I've read a Patricia McKillop novel, and I didn't realize she passed away in 2022. So what a loss. I mean, just the way that she writes in her prose has been lauded, I'm sure, for since her first book, and it's so evocative. There's just every sentence is a flowery imagination of what she's trying to say. It's just nothing is. I don't want to say nothing is like dumbed down, but everything is like it's like poetry almost. And oh, my phone. Where's my phone at? Let me get my phone. There's just a couple. I'm gonna go over there's a couple things I wanted to go over. Um, One was just, I mean, if you're gonna read a Patricia McKillop, you're gonna get some banger one-liners or something. And I took a picture. This is towards the end, so, but I'm like, oh my god, dude, she's dropping bars here. Um, yes, okay, I'm gonna butcher these. If you watched my last video, speaking of butchering, okay, I made a critical error, and when I looked up Maget, I got it. When I looked up Maget, I looked it up, and the dang nabbit AI must have led me to a video, and I swear it spelled the same when I looked it up, but it it must not have been, because I was thinking Muguet, like a French Valley of the River or Daisies or whatever it was, Valley of the whatever it is. Anyways, Lily of the Valley. But I looked it up again, and I'm like, I think it's Maget, which would make I like that a lot better. So, granted, I don't think I read. I had to look up a couple words. I gotta stop touching that little table. I had to look up some words just to speak it out loud for this video. But anyways, McGee. I didn't look this one up. McGuy McGeor. It sounds like Eeyore. So embarrassing. Magior said vaguely. She led Maget into a room full of gold. It was stunning. A priceless collection of goblets and urns, vases, plates, scones, baskets woven of flattened strands of gold, tiny ornate tables, even a head of molded out of gold, small statues of birds, lamps, a bouquet of golden flowers. As Maget stared, the gold took on the hues of the Luxor. I like that name. Dust and light so rich it could not possibly fall for free. I just thought that is, I've just never heard that before, and it's just such a, I mean, it paints such a incredible picture to me. I read it and I wasn't even looking for quotes. I'm just like, this is just this this right here was hues of the Luxor, dust and light so rich it could not possibly fall for free. I thought absolutely beautiful. And I found myself time and time again thinking that as I'm reading about um the way that she describes just the eyes in people, and the way that she there's just description of everything. I mean, everything has something about it that it just comes off as eloquent, I think. The way that she described like the time within the time, and the like you couldn't quite see it, but it was shadows within the time that were moving, but only mages could make it out, type of deal. Just the not tapestry, but the all the jewels that the Firebird spit out. Which, I mean, there was just so much. There was actually another one. There was one more quote, but I didn't look to see where this one was. I'm gonna pause it real quick because I don't remember what exactly. All right, I found the quote. The Cygnet rose above their heads, starfire marking its wings, its cold, bright eye, until the winds picked the stars apart and they fell like fading embers into the dark. It, yeah, I can just imagine sort of that picture, and just the embers falling. It's just, I was impressed. Like, I didn't pay much attention to it. I guess in the first, I was just trying to get through it, all the constellations and all that stuff. But here, I think the story itself wasn't anything breathtaking, but the way that she went about it, I thought was very, very nice to read. So, Luxor, yeah. So basically, I'm 7 minutes in here and I have not described what the plot's about. I'm gonna make this pretty simple. A Firebird, eloquent Firebird, that's kind of like a peacock, invades, finds its way to Row Holding, screaming like a banshee, an ungodly scream, and breathing emeralds and turning things into diamond trees and whatnot. Our main characters fight it, subdue it, and take its cry away, take its ability to turn things into gems away. And then next thing you know, I think it was next thing you know, a mysterious mage infiltrates the castle looking for something, looking for a key. No, our main characters have no idea what he's talking about, but after they fight him off, after he leaves, saying he's coming back, they look around all over, tear the castle, tear this room, Chrysom's room apart, looking for this key, find the key, trying to figure out what it is. Next thing you know, boom, the mysterious mage is back with like a dragon beyond time or something, but I think it like was from like was like a stitching on his chest. I'm not 100% sure exactly what the deal was with that, but anyways, and lo and behold, as he's coming back, the Firebird recognizes him. Huge fight between Nyx, the Firebird, the mage, Maget with her sword, and they're all fighting. And or no, she doesn't have a sword. She ended up getting a rose. That's an important little detail, but she's fighting with like a rose or something like that. And anyways, the Firebird goes in for the kill. Next thing you know, the mage grabs Maget and takes her back through time to where he came from. Lo and behold, he came from another kingdom called Sapphire, and on this little outskirts town near this like this I don't even know what you describe it. Not well, but like this desert land of not oppressive, but a huge amount of magic presence. Just, I mean, almost like overbearing amount. And so the mage has got hurt, and Maget is there with this hurt mage, not knowing where she's at. It's a desert. It's hot. That's where the cover comes in. Like, almost, that was really nice to be able to be like, oh, okay. So you got them. Meanwhile, what's her face? Nyx has the Firebird, still trying to understand who he is. He's, after seeing our mage, he gives us a little exposition. He's Brand. They probably went back to Sapphire, and it's funny enough, as bad as I am at pronouncing names, I was pronouncing a Saphir, which I think looks right. It could be Saphir. Sapphire, once I looked it up, because there's someone's name with that, and it was like Sapphire. I'm like, okay, but I pronounced it Saphir, so I don't really think it matters. But anyways, they're in this land where it's like this. It's like the cover of the book, but then there's a kingdom, Sapphire, the Sapphire Kingdom, and meanwhile, Nyx is trying to figure out the key, and they're like, okay, well, if Maget's not back by a certain amount of time, we're gonna go get her. So that's what happens. So the next thing you know, Nyx and Brand go time. It's not through time, but it's like time strands. It's kind of a weird. I like the idea, but I don't know if time. It's not through time, I don't think. Anyways, they travel there long distance, or through the teleport or whatever. Go to this kingdom, and they're looking for the ruler, Draken Sapphire, who is Brand's dad. Bit of a mix up there, there's a bit of a back and forth. I call you, missed your call you back, you missed me type of deal. And Nyx, since Maget's not there, she goes into the desert. Meanwhile, Maget goes to the cat kingdom looking for Nyx, and there's just back and forth. Meanwhile, we are learning about the kingdom, its past, about the dragons, about just we're slowly learning that this kingdom is a kingdom of warriors. They're hiding it because they don't know Nyx or the other, or Maget, but they're a kingdom of warriors, bloodthirsty to attack, to oppress another kingdom, to test out their might. And Draken's obsessed with dragons. He wants to create a fleet of dragons to absolutely obliterate other kingdoms and test his might. So Luxor, it was just a great unfolding of the mystery the whole time. Gosh, I probably butchered that up. I'm sorry, but it was a great. We just got crumbs of the reveal throughout, and by the end of it, we all know that pretty dang close, 20 pages to the end, that the Bran was a Rad, or the mage, I haven't even said his name yet, Rad's friend the whole time, basically sacrificed himself and jumped in front of Rad when his dad was trying to cast that Firebird spell, turning his son into the Firebird and sending him off. I mean, to never come back. And the only reason he woke up was because he broke the spell. And I thought that was pretty cool that he had enough rage or whatever to break the spell between moonlight and midnight, or whatever it was, moonrise and midnight. So I really enjoyed it. It was just a great little mystery, but the descriptions of I would love, it kind of reminds me of another book with a wild wizard castle, but I'd love to just see some renderings of this castle that's moving. It's all square and everything's super orderly. Everything's white. Rooms are gold. Rooms are filled with dragons. Everything is a question. I liked how they tested the mages. Everything. Oh, you noticed that first. Why didn't you notice this and stuff like that to test these types of mages. So we get to see a little bit more of Maget's Cygnet power manifest in the form of the Cygnet and doing its thing. And then lo and behold, I liked how the gatekeeper was there kind of the whole time, like watching her. That's how he knew to point the constellation at the end. So it all kind of like wrapped up neatly in a nice little bow towards the end. I hope Nyx ends up finding her way back to Bran because they kind of fell in love. Two books, and Nyx has been this like swamp witch and done horrible things to animals and been very cruel to mainly animals. And then she finally finds somebody in the form of a bird who she tortured all those years. So I like that reveal. But then the descriptions of, oh my gosh, I don't know how many dragons were in Luxor. That whole area was just really, really cool. Just how like the main fight there, the main confrontation, I should say. I don't know if it was a fight. They're running through these like time paths into different dragon dens, and she's reading the 1,000-year-old notes of Chrysum, and this dragon can talk. This dragon, breathes fire, a ring of fire, stay away, and this dragon does that. Loaded. What was it? What's the trope? The loaded gun or whatever. That she ends up running into a dragon, who, asks her like all these questions and why she's running, and she ends up saying the dragon's son was kind of I think it was like a loaded gun. I think that's the trope, which ends up coming back in the very end. How the dragon that was Draken's father, and I thought that was a really cool setup. I thought it was going to be another dragon, but I guess I didn't read that right. But just there was so much description, so many different dragons, and the time behind the time, and all this like the wing cast over, like it's just kind of like, it's just the way she describes it, like they're there, but they're not. Like you can't see them, but you can feel their presence. You can see the shadow of a wing, but you can't see the wing, and you can see different things. And I just really liked it. I just really big fan. Like I really enjoyed that last part of it. Yeah, I think that's all I got to say on it. Like pretty short, 200 pages. Went by. I mean, it went by from the beginning. Like the Firebird. Once we got to the Firebird, it was like, who is this? It was an immediate hook for me. What is this bird? Who is this guy that can't remember anything? Oh my God, could you imagine having a Firebird? I mean, granted, the scream would be agonizing. Would it be worth having a Firebird for all the jewels? If you're a monetary person, it might be. I mean, that's money on a tree right there. Money coming out of a bird. It's pretty amazing. Like, turn stuff into diamonds and trees into diamonds and whatnot. Just classic fantasy. So I can see me rereading that, just like the Forgotten Beasts of Eld. It just big fan of the dragons and how it all went down. So that's that. I know I ramble. That's what I do. But those are my thoughts and feelings on the Cygnet and the Firebird. But overall, I enjoyed the duology. Can't read one really without the other, so I recommend checking it out. Peace out.